at Sawmills, built in 1987 by Richard Field. He put together his own course, really started in the oil fields, and then came out here, bought the course, dedicated to his wife that passed away. Let's go through the history.
We'd all be playing till the daylight ends. Golf ain't free, but if it's up to me, tee times for all, like they're meant to be. No greens fees, no car charges, just pure joy on the way.
And just a ton of history here, and I love these courses where the guy built it himself. So we're lucky enough to go out here, play it. He's a one and done golf designer. Richard, he's still alive, so hopefully he gets to see some of the cool stuff he's done here at this facility. Richard then purchased 100 acres in 1965 of a rundown farm. And being an old farmhouse, you could see the remnants of the old farmhouse that was changed into a banquet room as of 1987 when the course was opened. The farmland itself, well, it was 1965 when it was purchased. And in 2001, the other 9 holes was completed. And the course is listed as a 4 out of 5 with 200 Google reviews. And you pay one price, $20, gives you unlimited golf. So whether it's 9, 18, or 54, you can play non-stop here. How much are the cheeseburgers?
What was that?
Cheeseburgers, how much are those?
I think it's 5.
I'll do a hot dog. You don't have to look it up. Yeah.
Okay.
Hot dog sounds good.
Hot dog's $2.50.
Hot dog and a Coors Light.
Coors Light.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're allowed to buy them this early.
Yep.
Probably the coolest thing is Richard never financed anything about his golf course. He didn't want to take a loan from the bank. He didn't want anything to jeopardize losing it. And hole number 13 has a power line going right through it. Taking a look at this backyard golf course. It's been on my radar for years, one would say, because I knew anytime a golf designer builds a course himself with his bare hands, there's a great history here. So we switched it up. Did a little lefty on number 18, which ends with a par 3.
Lefty, righty,
It felt perfect to end that way.
You got left club, right clubs.
The course is called Sawmill, and it's in Northampton County, and it packs a punch. You could find one of the most affordable rounds of golf I've ever played in my life for $20 and $2.50 per hot dog. That's as good as it gets nowadays, and I suspect if they ever sold this place, it could triple in price, because you're gonna get a great deal, but you're also gonna get a fun backyard golf course with short and small greens, so you better be able to stick it pretty consistently on each one of these holes. If not, you're going to be rolling off some of these greens because they're not that big. And it doesn't even play as far as you would think. There's a full golf course here, but in the back 9 it starts to kind of dwindle away, one would say, stretching 5,100 or 5,282 yards from those back tees, which we recommend going out there and playing from the back tees. Recommend getting there early in regards to booking a tee time. You can book them online, or you can also show up. They're very accommodating, and it's kind of a first come first serve $20 golf course. You can clean your clubs and get out there and just slap it away if you need to. In regards to a range, they don't have one, but they have a little net that you can hit into prior to your round. You don't really need a range here. You can kind of get everything you need.
Oh.
And I think it's more of a link style course, but it does turn into a parkland style with a elevation on that back 9 as you're heading into 9. Of course, brings you back at least on the turn to the clubhouse, which is nice. You can grab yourself a hot dog. It has some great history, being built in the late 80s, but the construction started in the late 60s. One man putting it together, he took his original farm equipment and turned it into golf equipment for building a golf course. And I would have loved to dedicate a video just to try to find him. I asked if Richard was there. I think he's getting up there in age now, so he's still living and prospering on this golf course, and you can tell the condition of the course is there's no doubt about it. This is a great condition course. The putting green surfaces for $20 is one of the biggest steals I've seen, and in regards to maybe even an hour trip from Philadelphia, it's well worth it if you've never played a course like this. There's a lot of elevation, and even number 13 is a very interesting hole. I almost want to say that flag right there is probably the best bet.
What's that?
That flag right there has got to be where they're telling us to go.
Yeah.
And then just put one there, and then your second shot, you got to make a decision. Many times you have multiple power lines cutting right through a hole. You can almost dedicate a video just to number 13, which ironically was my favorite hole because you had to be very strategic. If you hit driver, you probably are better off. Overall, in regards to their Google rating, it probably should be a little bit higher, with some golf outlets giving it a bad review. But I love these courses where a golf architect who became a golf architect because he decided he wanted to become one. He just built a course himself, and he didn't use the backing of banks or anything that he had to rely on down the road to pay off. He did it himself. He got huge offers to purchase this course. From what I was reading, it was $30 million, which sounds like way too much, but nevertheless, with 100 acres of land, I suspect that he still owns. This is a beautiful piece of property. There's a total of 3 family members that I suspect are inheriting this when Richard does die. He pretty much dedicated this course to the wife of his at the time. So I want to at least end this video with that, and hopefully these videos provide a little insight into the history of some of these cool courses. Because you never know, they could just turn into an apartment complex down the road. We don't have this piece of history, and if not, it could last 100, 200 years from now, and we have these cool pieces of history that are still going to be there to this day. That's going to do it for our list. Keep a lookout for more videos to come. This is the Par Professor, an independent golf video focused on fun, affordable golf.